If you want to learn to elevate your Valentine's Day cards this year, then keep on watching. You're gonna need some envelopes, which you can make or buy, some markers. I personally love zebra mild liners, and I chose pink and reds to stay on brand with the Valentine's Day theme. You'll also need some thicker paper. I personally like using these 3x5" note cards, and a white gel pen is an absolute must. These next items are optional, but these doilies are super coquette themed and they're also super cheap. You can also use stickers or washi tape to decorate, but if you don't have any of these items, you can also print out images. Calligraphy can be tricky, but it can really make or break your letter. I honestly don't know how to use those fancy calligraphy brushes, so here's how I do faux calligraphy. I'm starting off by lightly sketching out my friend's name using the note card as a guideline. Alternatively, you can glue printer paper together and make it thicker, and then you can draw a box that's an inch smaller than your actual envelope and use that as a guideline. Lettering can be tricky, but is key to making your cards look good. After sketching out the name, I try to refine the shape of the letters more. If you're feeling lost, you can use font generators online to guide you. As you can see on this website alone, there's a plethora of options and styles to choose from. And you don't have to do just cursive. I just personally like the look of cursive more. I also linked some of my favorite fonts, both cursive and non-cursive, down in the description below. Keep in mind that faux calligraphy can take a lot of trial and error, so don't be afraid to erase and rewrite like what I'm doing. I cut out a lot of footage from the video, but I think it took me like 4 or 5 times before I got the look that I wanted. Now for the fun part, which is coloring! As you can see here, I'm making a few color swatches to see which combinations I like the most. You can do just one solid color for the whole name, but I personally like doing a gradient with a lighter color and a darker color. After you finish writing and coloring the name, it's time to move on to the outline. Honestly, you can never go wrong with a simple black outline in the background, but to give this card a softer, more coquette Valentine's Day look to it, I'm testing out lighter colors that may better match the theme and not make it look too overpowered by using black. And now to make the name really pop, let's go in with a white gel pen to give it some highlights and tie it all together. A tip I have is to put all of the highlights on one side, so put it all on the right side or put it all on the left side. I messed up with the first letter as you can see, but I went back later and I fixed it. To start decorating, I used a glue stick to glue a small part of the name to the envelope. This makes it a lot easier to move the name around if you want to change the layout. Okay, I'm going really all out with this card by using a lot of stationery, but later on I'll show you how to make letters that look just as fancy using the bare minimum of materials. My initial plan with this letter was to make an elaborate collage, but I ended up toning it down to be fairly simple. This really shows how you don't need to have all these fancy materials or an abundance of aesthetic stickers to make cute cards. Now that I have my final layout, let's glue things down. I'm going in to fill the empty spaces of the card using this gel pen, and as you can see, it really ties the letter all together. If you're not going to use stationery like stickers, washi tape, or a doily, you really can make a nice letter with just a nicely written name and a white gel pen. And without further ado, this is the first letter using stationery. Now, let's move on to the second letter, which is more coquette themed, by using ribbon and a white gel pen. I'm using the exact same steps from the first card to make the name for this letter. And now, here's how to make a cute little bow. You want to wrap the ribbon around your fingers like so. And then you want to wrap it once and twice more. And then you push the ribbon into the middle and then you tie it off. Make sure the knot is secure. And that's your bow. I went ahead and made a second one with a shorter tail that's in the top right corner, and now I'm just taking a hot glue gun and adding it to the letter. And with just a little bit of white gel pen to add a little decor, you have a coquette letter. For the final letter, all I'm using is a white gel pen and a little image that I printed out. Look how cute this letter is! I'm so happy with how it turned out. As you can see, I really didn't use much and it still turned out really good. I really liked how the letter was turning out, but I felt like it was missing just a little something. So to tie it all together, I used a black pen to outline the letters. And I think it really pulls the letter together. So when in doubt, just stick to the basics and use a black outline. I remember when I first started out, it was really intimidating because I didn't have the stationery or supplies for it, but as you can see, we were able to make these really cute letters without a lot of things. So I hope this gives you some inspiration. Happy Valentine's Day!